What's up, everyone? Jowell is here, and welcome back to another webisode on the J.Advice Show. So today what I want to talk about is with this DEI shit. Oh my god. So I spoke a little bit briefly on it and everything like that, and I want to talk a little bit more on it because this is just crazy. It's crazy. We all know what this DEI stuff is, what these programs are about and everything, this whole diversity, equity and inclusion bullshit and everything that they've been pushing, for the past 4 years in these companies when Biden and his fools were in office and stuff like that. So I'm happy that Target they got rid of it. Not is, but they have gotten rid of it now and everything like that. And a lot of people are upset about it. So that's why I want to talk about today with Target getting rid of the DI and people who was upset, protests and everything like that, and also how it played a factor as well with the two plane crash. Well, I don't know about the two. I mean, both of the plane crashes, but I know about the first one with the helicopter, the Black Hawk crashing into the plane. But yeah, so I'm happy that they got rid of it. Hopefully now, when I apply and other people apply that have the skills and qualify for these type of jobs and everything, that has a lot of experience in retail and over stock and everything like that, now we can get jobs, because they're not giving it, to people who don't deserve it. They're not giving it to these weirdos or whatever, these people in the alphabet community with purple hair and shit, or blue hair, and that identify as dogs or whatever shit, on this day/dem bullshit and all this crap, all these, these mentally ill people these jobs. And on top of that, giving a lot of these unqualified, black people as well, they give them these jobs too and everything like that. That don't know what they're doing. So I'm happy about that. They're getting rid of that stuff. They got rid of that stuff. A lot of companies are following with that as well, except for one, Costco, who is not. They're trying to really push that shit and everything. But well, good for them. Let them continue doing that. But I don't really care. I'm a shopper there anyway. So the Target I do like to shop at. So I'm really happy that they got rid of it and they actually changed their ways, because it's crazy how the roles have reversed now. Because before, when it was pushing a lot of the it was for Pride. I think it was was it 2023 or was it 2022? I think no, it was 2023. I think when it was pushing, that little big, not a little, but a huge section of LGBT, clothing and stuff like that. They would line up or whatever like that on Pride Month in Target, and it was everyone was upset because they had little outfits for toddlers and stuff, like babies and shit like that. Really, why would you be promoting this stuff for kids or whatever like that? So they got tons of backlash. A lot of people was pissed. A lot of conservatives was pissed. I was pissed. Whatever. We boycotted Target. They didn't want to shop there anymore and everything. They lost a lot of stocks. They lost a lot of money, and then they changed their ways. And they was you know what? We just gotta have a little section now. A little section or whatever on the website or whatever. So I think that's what they did for last year's Pride Month. So I don't know what they're gonna do this year, since they completely got rid of this DEI shit, and they're definitely going going back on all of that now and everything. So maybe, who knows, for in June this year, I don't want to call it that Pride Month, because honestly I'm not happy with it. I feel like that's something they should just do away with, honestly. There's other things they can do in June and everything like that. And also, I don't even know, I know I mentioned this a while back, I didn't even know it was a Catholic month, a lot of religious things, whatever in that whole entire month, the first week or whatever like that and everything. So bring that back, or just do something else with it, not that. But I don't know what they're gonna be doing this year. It's probably gonna be the same thing with to keep on the website, or maybe my friend had mentioned, they probably gonna have a little small section to store somewhere in the back or whatever like that for that, and that's that. But they're not gonna have in your face, as soon as you enter the store, they have a big area for you to big section is just taken up, with that stuff. So I'm happy about that, because this crazy. I'm happy that this is finally going away, because I've been so annoyed with this shit, this in your face, and this is annoying. This is freaking annoying. So I'm happy about that and everything. And so yeah, so good for Target. So while they're, oh yeah, that's another thing real quick. Yeah. So while they're the liberals and everything protesting, all the people from the alphabet community and a bunch of these hood rat, those black people that always protesting about something and whatever like that, always talking about racism, this and that and everything. So they all protesting, they're upset with Target and everything, saying they're not gonna be buying stuff from them, anymore, to boycott them and everything like that. Somebody not gonna get any of their black dollars and all this shit they was saying. I was like, what? And like how what they said, like any like black owned businesses that do business with them or whatever like that, like have their products in there, they don't want it there anymore. Like, oh well, good riddance. Who gives a shit? Like, who cares? I know I'm gonna be supporting them more now because, like I said, the roles were reversed. Before, I didn't want to support them at all. I didn't want to give them any money at all. I went there a few times, like here and there, because my friend likes to go there a lot. So like, all right, fine, I'll go there here and there and everything like that. But now, be going there a lot more and everything. I'm gonna support them a lot more and everything because since they finally, changed their ways, somebody knocked some sense into the head, which was of course President Trump. Most of I would say was with him, and also without it. Well, he's one part, like the biggest part of the DEI stuff. But before it was all of us like protests and everything against it, when they first like was pushing that stuff with the babies and for the little kids and stuff back in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, in June of 2023. So yeah, so I'm gonna be supporting them on everything. So I was actually there a couple of days ago. Me and my friend went. So yeah, so you guys, oh well, who cares? Somebody needs your fucking money. Go somewhere else and everything like that. You guys can, you guys can buy whatever the hell y'all want and some other woke liberal, garbage companies or whatever like that. So yeah, so I'm happy a lot of these companies are changing their ways and everything. I know that so far what I can remember at the top of my head is Target, Walmart, Amazon, McDonald's, I think some of those like automobile companies as well, and that's the only ones I could think of right now that have done it. I think also with Chase as well, I think they said. So yeah, so that's good. So at least a lot of people are waking up now and everything like that, and changing their ways and all that good stuff. So happy. Another huge win for us and everything like that. So I'm really happy about that. So anyways, so now let's get on to the other thing with the plane crash. Well, the two plane crashes and everything like that. I wasn't even going to talk about this honestly because like I said before, like I'm really trying to stray away from like things that delve into like the whole political stuff. But it's kind of hard because on this channel is like when I started this, I always like to talk about things that like things that are that's going on in today's society or whatever like that. Well, actually no. First I started out as being like for like relationship advice and stuff like that, love advice or whatever. Then I kind of was doing that. Then I was doing a little bit of that. Then I was talking about things in today's society and everything because I wanted the show at the time to be like how it was with The View. Because when the shit now or whatever, I can't freaking stand those people. But before I used to watch a lot, whatever. So I want to do something like that. I'm on like little talk show, whatever like that. Sometimes I have guests on the show. So that's how I started talking about today's stuff in today's society and everything like that. So it's kind of hard to like really talk about that nowadays in today's society because this is what you mostly see. And it's always something that ties into like with politics or whatever like that. So it's kind of hard. It's just like what I talked about with Selena Gomez when I made that video and everything on her. That's of course ties into politics, and everything like that because President Trump ordered these mass deportations and stuff like that. So it's diving into politics, and everything like that. Speaking of that, real quick before I move on, yeah, my friend had told me, I actually did see it yesterday on Twitter, that she lost tons of followers after that video, after she made that her sob fake, crying cringe video that she deleted after that. But she lost tons of followers. And my friend said she lost like 700,000, but on Twitter people are saying that she lost like 1 million or something like that, over 1 million. So like, damn. So yeah, that I was laughing because like, yeah, now she's crying. Now she's real crying. I started laughing, yo. Now she's really crying with losing all those followers and all that money she can make off of them. That money she was making off them, I should say. So yeah, but anyways, that's what I was saying. So yeah, with the crashes, yeah. So it's like ties into this stuff too, the politics or whatever. So I'm like, but I was like, let me talk about it because it's something to do with what I'm talking about right now with DEI and everything. So a lot of people were saying, I don't know about the second crash. I think they also mentioned that with the second crash as well. But I know the first one with the helicopter and everything, everyone's blaming the helicopter pilot and everything because they're saying that that was a DEI hire and they didn't know what the hell they was doing. And also they were like, why were they doing military training in that area? They had all these other places they can go and they decided to just do it right there by the airport. Like, yeah, so I'm 100% like on that. Like I agree with that, 100% on board with that and everything. I definitely believe that's what it was. It was DEI hire and everything because since they said that they finally removed, that's another place, the main place that they removed it from was the military. So that's what they had in place for a while since Biden was in office and everything. Well, since he held it, occupy, I should say, like he occupied the office or whatever like that. And he pushed that shit in here. His administration pushed that, the DI hires in the military and stuff like that. So they started hiring more of these people that were incompetent, didn't know what the hell they was doing, and everything like that. Had no skill, no talent, nothing like that. And there's the people they was hiring. They was hiring all these trans, or I'm just gonna say, try to say like another word because I mean, I've heard that things are a little bit less like restricted here on YouTube. I'm about to say Twitter, and they kind of don't censor you too much. But trying to find another word, because I know them from back then as let's just say Lannies, Lannies. But you guys know what I'm trying to say with trans-ease and everything. That's how I know them as, or whatever. Or people used to call them trans vestites and everything like that. And now they just call it trans or transgender. Like, nah, I don't know what the fuck they're called or whatever like that. So yeah, maybe one day I'll just say it to see and test the waters on it. The former, you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so those type of people that was hiring and stuff as well into the military and everything like that. So of course, if you're hiring those type of people, of course shit like this is gonna happen and everything like that. So yeah, so I'm happy they did away with those programs. Start hiring, bringing people that's qualified with these jobs. Have a good, strong military that has like not mentally, ill and everything like that. They have their mindset and they're straight. What they're doing and stuff like that. So I'm happy about that, and we can have a stronger military again, not weak or whatever like that. So I definitely believe that's what it was, and that's what happened with the helicopter, because they said it kind of like the helicopter like delivery did it. Like kind of like. They had a quick chance to like turn or whatever away, like maneuver out the way from the plane, but instead it was like kind of like going towards it or whatever like that. So like like it was just intentional and everything. So that's crazy. So I know they're still like looking into, still investigating whatever. So we'll eventually find out more about it and everything in the coming days. I know that the other one that was in Pennsylvania a couple of days ago, in Philadelphia, that one, they said that it was like medical staff on board, and the reason why the explosion was so big is because of like the oxygen tank, all that stuff that you're not supposed to bring on a plane or whatever. So they had all those medical equipment and everything like that. That's what happened, because they're saying that it was like some Mexican family or whatever, like they had some like she brought her, I think it was her daughter or whatever, to some doctor here to treat her daughter or whatever like that, and it was on their way back to Mexico, and then that happened. It's like they were like only 30, I think like about 30 seconds in the air or whatever, and it just came down like that. So that's just crazy and everything. I was sweating because it's a little bit hot today. But yeah, like 50 degrees. And yeah, so that's what happened with that. But so I don't really know 100% about that one yet. We don't really know much yet. So, or maybe I just don't know much yet, because I'm trying. I've been reading here and there on something, but I'm trying like to really not get too much into this politics stuff, like read too much on it. There's some things I'll read and others go back to, other stuff I'm doing. So yeah, so I don't know 100% with that story yet. And and what else? What else I had to say? And that was it. Yeah. Oh, two more things actually. Well, three. Yeah. So, so one thing now a lot of people's upset about that they're actually going to be looking to doing, that's suing these like airlines, FAA, like to sue them and everything, because they're saying that they're to blame, and also these people who died, their deaths on their hands or whatever like that, blood on their hands pretty much, which I do agree with, because they're the one who pushed for this DEI shit in the first place with these programs and hired people who wasn't qualified for the job. Because I've heard that a lot of these experienced pilots and stuff like that was looking for the they applied for these jobs or whatever like that, and had interviews with them, they turned them down and brought in people who wasn't qualified for the job, like people from the alphabet community and black people, whatever. I didn't say like hood black people, I should say, because a lot of ones you see that these DIs always like some ghetto ass girl or dude or whatever from like the friggin' projects. That's how they be looking, and that's the type of jobs that they give into these people and whatever like that, that's not qualified for these jobs, and turn out the experienced pilots and stuff like that and everything, which is just crazy. And then a lot of people was talking about they're like kind of mad because they think that there's going to be there's more white people in these positions than black people and stuff like that. And the thing is, what people understand with this is these people study these stuff. These people went to school for this stuff. They learned this stuff. And I don't want to sound the type of way, but it is true. But a lot of black people, especially from the hood, don't want to learn shit. If there's anything they're learning, there's gonna be something illegal when it comes to like doing credit card scams and shit like that, like they like to do in the stores. Because I do remember that when I used to work in Walgreens a couple of years, that's all they like to do. And there was always those type of people doing those scams, and also Puerto Ricans too that used to like doing that, and what else, and selling drugs or whatever like that. So it's always something illegal they want to do, like something they can make easy money where it doesn't really require them to like really learn things or think and whatever. That's what I've noticed, and they don't like to work. So why would you be bad about that? You can't be jealous or hateful, when like a lot of white people getting these jobs, or because they study this, they deserve it. They earned it. They studied hard for this stuff or whatever like that. And you guys can go out and do the same shit. But no, you don't want to do that. You guys don't want to learn anything. You just want everything to be handed to you for free and everything like that. That's why there's so many like, liberals here in this state, in New York City, mainly here, in Brooklyn and everything like that. A lot of black people live in Brooklyn and stuff like that, and they're the ones that always keep voting for Democrats because they know they can get free shit from them. They don't want to work. They don't want to go out there and learn a skill or whatever like that. And that's just how it's always going to be. And I'm talking about mainly, like I said, with like the people from the hood. That's the ones that's not gonna want to go out in there and do this stuff. It's not like other like well-educated black people who went to like college and stuff like that. That's a whole different story. Some that's into politics now, some that are in President Trump's administration. Those ones, of course, I'm not talking about. I'm excluding, because those are the ones that actually wanted to do better for themselves or whatever like that. But the ones in the hood, here in the hood, they don't want to do that shit. So they don't want to learn nothing or whatever like that. And I always laugh to myself, like, have you ever met any of like any hood black dude that knows like any other languages? No. Like, it's very rare. It's even the same thing with a lot of Puerto Ricans that live here in the hood or whatever. They don't even know Spanish. So it's just, they don't want to learn nothing, and they just want these things handed to them. So that's why I'm happy that they got rid of DEI programs or whatever like that. If you guys want these jobs or whatever like that, maybe you guys should go study for it. Take these classes for, these 6-month courses or whatever, get your license for these stuff or whatever like that. And then you can get these type of jobs, But they want to, of course, always push on race. That's how it's always going to be with them. Always going to be about race. And then how they demand this, or how they think they're supposed to get this just by, for free or whatever like that. So I don't like that. And I do think that, yeah, they should sue them, because they are the ones to blame for all this shit, and everything like that. And plenty of people who died and everything on board on those planes and everything like that. And also the people that were injured on ground as well. So yeah, so definitely on board, definitely 100% agree with that. And then the last two things is another one with the whole DEI thing. So this, from what I remember, this started in 2020. It started, the whole George Floyd protest and shit like that. So that's when a lot of these companies started pushing that stuff and everything like that. And so he started it and everything, and then a lot of people upset about it and like protesting and how they mentioned it. Even a lot of people were talking about it. Like a couple of days ago, I saw people was mentioning about this George Floyd shit or whatever like that. Like, who gives a fuck about some damn criminal or whatever? Like, that, he could have been alive today if, number one, he wasn't selling drugs. Yeah, and then number two, he wasn't doing the drugs he was selling. And no one don't see that. Everyone keeps blaming the cop for it or whatever like that. But a lot of people already looked into that stuff, researched it, and found out it was the drugs in the system that caused it. But of course, everyone's gonna say I'm lying, or anybody else who said that they're lying and want to scream racist, this, and that. So whatever. But that's the truth with that. So I don't want to hear anything about this freaking guy now. Like, I'm tired of hearing about it and everything like that. Just keep that shit in 2020 to pass. And that's that. And last thing, yeah. So also this some organization, some pride organization called, I forgot the name of it, Twin something. I had part of it written down. I even read the full name, but it was Twin something. Some pride organization that is upset with Target, removing the DEI program and everything. And it was like, oh, how this year, after I forgot how many years, they said that Target was like, there was like a sponsor or whatever for them. They said this year for some festival, I guess in June, for Pride and everything, that they're not welcome there and everything like that. I'm like, oh well, good riddance. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Like, why should, like, everyone was saying this online, why should these companies cater to like the 1% or less than 1% of the population here in this country? Why? They're not losing anything. Who cares? You're not doing any type of damage to these companies, because they're not making that much money from you guys. You know, they're making all their money from the 99.9%, you know, rest of the population here in the States and everything like that. So who cares? I'm pretty sure Target doesn't care. They already came out a statement talking about everything, and they're sticking to, you know, what they're sticking to their values. They said like that, and you know what they have, you know, for the company, how they're gonna be going forward with it, going, you know, this is all behind them now, whatever like that. So that's that. So pretty much they're just saying like, oh well, you know, like we're moving on. You guys don't want to support us, whatever. Oh well, fuck y'all, pretty much, you know. So that's how I see it. Like, who gives a shit? And I'm tired of this stuff being pushed in our faces. I'm tired of this whole, you know, like protesting for this, protesting for that, you know, boycotting this, boycotting that. Is not hurting nobody but yourselves. Because where else you guys gonna shop at now? You know, so that's that. And yeah, so that's about it, guys, and everything. Good thing I have my notes here, because see, I usually forget some things, you know what, after I end the video and everything like that. I'll forget some stuff to talk about and everything like that. But yeah, so yeah, and that's about it. So, you know, let me know what you guys think, because like I said, I'm happy that a lot of these companies are getting rid of these programs, because that's not right. Especially it's not right for people like me and for other people out there that are qualified for these jobs, and then we can't get them because they want to hire people who don't have the skill or the way how they look. And like I said, like that. And I remember my friend, I made a joke because I applied to Target. When was it? During the holiday times I applied. And I never got the job or whatever like that. You know, the typical bullshit they say in the emails, like, oh, you know, we're gonna pursue other candidates or whatever like that. We feel like you wasn't the best fit, whatever, like bullshit. Like, you know, so yeah, I got that email or whatever like that. So, you know, after we heard about this whole DEI program and to get rid of him and stuff like that, he made a joke. He was like, you probably would have got the job if you went in there and you was like acting like feminine, or you had like blue hair or whatever like that, or identified as like a damn sheep or a clown, and you and then I had my pronouns ready and stuff like that, and then I would have got the job. And I started dying when he said that, because like, yeah, that is true. I probably would have got the job then or whatever like that. Yeah, so it's sad that, you know, like, this is what was going on. You know, this is how these people were able to get these jobs, because they had to push race or push their sexuality and stuff like that, their sexual orientation, whatever like that, you know, in these companies, and to get these jobs to get hired and stuff like that. And the people like me that's presentable, that dresses, you know, presentable and stuff like that, knows how to talk and have the skills and have the resume to show, were the ones that they would turn it down or whatever like that. So maybe now, if I applied to Target, I'd get the job this time. Or maybe now, when I apply to freaking Aldi's, I applied to like probably a billion times and they keep turning me down. Maybe now I can get the job too. But I don't even know if there was even like, if they even didn't was into that DEI shit, because I didn't hear anything about them with that. So I don't know. But yeah, but maybe now we can actually get some jobs and everything like that, and get these freaking people out of these positions that don't deserve it and whatever like that. And that's about it, guys. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think and everything like that. Probably gonna be a lot of people who's gonna be upset about this and argue with me or cursing me out in the comment section below. I don't give a shit, you know, whatever like that. I'm not gonna turn comments off. I'm not scared. I'm not sensitive. I'm not one of those YouTubers, whatever like that. Feel free to talk about whatever. Like I said, here on the J.Advice Show, nothing is censored and everything. Well, minus like what I said. I'm just gonna test the waters with that word. You guys know what I'm talking about, or whatever like that, or just make up something that's similar to whatever. And not stab. I'm not scared, all right? I'm not scared. But yeah. And so just let me know, comment section below, and hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time for another webisode on the J.Advice Show.